Hello, I'm Susan Helene, and we first met when I introduced my first collection of short stories, Womenscape, Selected Stories of Eclectic Women. Today, I'm very excited to tell you about my second collection called Connections, Stories of Unexpected Encounters. Connections tells 18 stories of ordinary people who find themselves in perplexing situations. How they respond changes their lives in unexpected ways. Some of the stories are humorous, some poignant, some romantic, and some ironic. Some of these characters are lovable, some despicable, some pitiful, but all innately human. I'd like to introduce you to one of the stars of a story in my book, Connections. Her name is Peggy, and the story is Just Ask Peggy. Let's begin. Loud music filled the Circle T truck stop, making it hard to hear anything else. The truck stop was crowded with patrons. Sitting in the last booth did not diminish the din. Deep voices boomed greetings, backs were slapped, hands were shaken, silverware rattled, and calls for more coffee added to the cacophony. I've got to figure this out. Clark Rowan looked at his watch. 8:10. The board meeting was at 9:30. He needed to fix it before the meeting. But how? He clutched his coffee cup as if it were a lifeline. He had chosen the diner knowing that none of his company's executives would be there. He had not thought about the morning breakfast rush. Care for a refill, hun? Clark stared at the imposing middle-aged waitress with broad shoulders. Her full breasts challenged the buttons on her pink-striped uniform. Her short-cropped brown hair formed tight ringlets circling a round face. Her large eyes were too close together and seemed to bulge from her head. Her small nose, curving slightly in the wrong direction, hovered over an even smaller mouth painted pink to match her uniform. To Clark, she looked like the human reincarnation of an owl. He doubted she had ever been called beautiful. Clark nodded and pushed the coffee cup across the table toward the waitress. Her name tag said Peggy. Peggy pointed to his bouncing leg. Sure you don't want a little something to eat? You're on your 6th cup and the jitters are setting in. Clark ignored her suggestion. I'll need more cream. Can we turn down the music? Sorry, hun. You need a key to open the jukebox controls and set the volume. Only the owner has it, and he doesn't come in until 10. Peggy refilled his mug. Moving behind the counter, she returned with a second metal pitcher of milk. Anything else? Clark shook his head. I need to figure something out. Just keep the coffee coming. I'm real good at figuring things out. Peggy wiped her hands on her pink apron, put the carafe on the table, and turned toward the empty side of the bench. No. Don't sit down, don't. Peggy sat down. Leaning across the table, she whispered confidentially, You can tell Peggy all, and Peggy will take care of it. Well, Clark has an offer on the table, literally. Does he take Peggy up on her offer to help him, or does he think nobody, let alone a waitress, can solve his problem? Connections, Stories of Unexpected Encounters is available at bookstores and online in both audiobook and ebook and paperback. Thank you.